Hey everyone, Nate here with Outside Cleaners. I'm on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, where I wash the outside of buildings for my livelihood. Quick video for the cleaners out there. I've gotten a couple questions recently, including in a conversation with a younger cleaner yesterday about my power washing hoses that I keep on these hose reels. The cleaner I was talking to was really surprised at how much life I get out of each of my power wash hoses. I'm averaging about 3 years. 3 years for the little 3/8 extension hoses. I wanted to just show how I keep my reels loaded with the hose, because I do think that how you store these hoses on the reels makes a difference in terms of how long they last. So first of all, I tend to use the single wire power wash hoses, which I find to be more durably flexible. The 2 wires just tend to kink up and be damaged from those kinks. I find that the 1 wire hoses are more resilient and less prone to permanent damage from kinking or the type of damage that happens when you're dragging it along the ground. So what I do is, first of all, I got 50 feet of this 1/2 inch hose that goes into 100 feet of my 3/8 hose, and then I've got another 100 feet of 3/8 on top of that. You'll notice that I don't have the electric reels. I do not have that. Couple reasons. First of all, if I'm just leaning on a button and this thing is electronically cranking in, I can't really sense if the hose is, caught on a piece of curb or a sharp edge of a deck or something like that. So what I've seen guys do is they're reeling in the hose. They've got it, a mile out there, and they're sitting here, they're on their phone, they're just, absent-mindedly leaning on the button, and they're not aware that this hose is caught up on something. And it, even if it doesn't get stuck and, actually stop, it can certainly damage itself by rubbing against a sharp corner, and you don't realize that when you're using an electric reel. Secondly, when I'm winding this thing up, and I'll show you, I take care to, first of all, spool my kind of lay my hoses out in a way that I'm not dragging a straight shot of 250 feet. I kind of flake it like this, so that as I'm cranking, I'm only cranking 50 feet at a time. So I'm not putting a lot of tension on these hoses as I'm cranking them in. And then as I store them here, I'm gonna go back and forth like a level wind fishing reel, back and forth. And then when I get to this part here, the junction between the hoses, I'm gonna make sure that it's not sticking out where the ends are bending sharply over the curvature of the pile of hose. Instead, I'm gonna put that piece going sideways, so there's not a lot of tension or bending stress on the little clamped ends. Let me do that, and hopefully it makes sense as you watch me. So this is gonna be like this, not like this. If it was like this, there'd be too much bending on this crimped connection here, and the same thing under there. So I'm gonna put it basically sideways, sideways on the reel like that. Other things, obvious things to maximize the life of these hoses. You got chemicals on them, rinse it off. Don't put it away with chemicals on. Grease these little fittings periodically. Don't run over these hoses. Don't have them laid out on the driveway and the homeowner comes over and runs over them in the Suburban or something like that. That's no good. Do not run caustic chemicals through these hoses. They're not made for it. So don't be downstreaming bleach and things like this through these hoses. That's what chemical hoses are for, not pressure hoses. So that's what I do to keep my hoses lasting a long time, and I've had great success with it. So hope that helps somebody. Bye-bye.